Hi, you guys. It's Sally with Amelia Salon. Last I talked to you all about was the part of pressing and flat ironing. So now I'm going to talk to you all about the chemical part of it. So when you all were, or we all were relaxed, our hair had a relaxer in it, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, or whichever type of relaxer you were using. Was your hair damaged at that point when it was straight? That's a great question, isn't it? You change your buns in your hair from a disulfide bun to a lanthionine bun, which that will be another um, conversation. So your hair was not damaged at that point when you were getting a relaxer every 4 to 6 weeks, or every 6 to 8 weeks, or every 3 to 6 months, or once a year. Hair was not damaged at that point, was it? No, it wasn't. So why are we saying that we have heat damage in our hair? Um, let's go to coloring. So when we color our hair, is our hair damaged at that point? That you're using heat once again to activate that color, to make the color process. So you're under the dryer, you're processing your hair. Everybody doesn't wear color, or somebody will say, well, you know what? I wear natural henna colors, or I wear vegetable colors, which is going to be still a henna color. Um, well, once again, was your hair damaged at that point? And what type of damage do you call that? Is it heat damage? Is it chemical damage? Some form of damage. So you're getting a color and you're straightening your hair. So we're going to talk about how that color goes in and it lightens the hair, and it also deposits the color. Also, if you lighten the hair without using a color, you're just using a lightener on the hair. You got to think about, you're weakening your strands. You're going in and you're pretty much decolorizing your hair when you're lightening your hair, and then you're going back in and putting a permanent color in it to tone it. So, all right, that's called a double process. So you just use a double process on your hair. And now we're going to go in and do a straightening, or we're going to use a straightening system on our hair. That it's supposed to be formaldehyde free. And I did that because it may have a percentage of formaldehyde in it, 0.01% or what have you. So you're using this product on your hair, on your now colored hair, color treated hair. And that alone will cause some straightness in your hair, because the color itself weakens the strand. So when it weakens the strand, it also loosens the curl pattern. So when it loosens the curl pattern and you start manipulating your hair, twisting it, using your butters, using whatever type of moisturizers you're going to use on it. Sometimes those moisturizers, depending on how thick they are, they can appear to make the strands look straight, and they're not. So you have to be very careful with your moisturizers as well. So, all right, going back, leaving the moisturizers alone, but now we're getting ready to straighten our hair with the color in our hair. What's going to happen? You said it. The hair is going to straighten out, and it's going to get weak. Once again, now, is that heat damage? That's just damage by itself. It's pretty much just damaged. So did the heat do it? The heat added to the damage. However, technically speaking, the color did it. So the color damaged the hair. So what we have to think about are the things that we're doing before we straighten our hair. You know, I tend to condition my hair a whole lot. I shampoo. I do a lot of stuff to my hair before I actually go and get my hair serviced, or I get my hair styled by the stylist that did my hair. Thanks, Christy. But but yeah, I tend to do a lot to my hair, and a lot of people do not do that. They do not condition the hair before straightening it, before flat ironing it, before coloring it, before doing anything to it. If you were to read up on your color treatments or your straightening systems or any type of thing that you're going to do to your hair, it always says to condition your hair before or prior to treatments. So condition your hair means deep conditioning treatments. You need a lot of protein treatments. You need something to strengthen your hair to make sure that it does not do any of that. Cream proteins plus moisturizers mixed together, never alone. You want to use certain things on your hair that's going to act as fillers in the weak strands of your hair, the weak spots of your hair. And when I say the weak spots, I'm thinking of a strand as being a paved road, and you're driving down the street and you run into a pothole. The pothole is going to be a weak strand or a weak area of the strand of your hair. If you don't fill it with a conditioner, if you don't fill it with something more fillers, if you don't fill it with that, then it's going to break. The pothole, what happens to the pothole? The pothole gets larger, it gets bigger in the street if the road workers do not come in and fill that pothole. So the road workers are actually conditioners. So yeah, and I try to use analogies to break down things for people to understand. So with that being said, you got to think of your hair as a road. You know, use conditioners on it. If you're going to keep doing things to your hair, just like the cars are driving and driving and driving on the roads, the more those cars drive, what happens? That road tends to thin out. As it thins out, it's going to need repaving again. Well, unfortunately, our hair can't be repaved. We can have some building fibers, which is going to be your proteins. So we have to eat. We have to eat lean proteins, drink proteins if possible. I like not henna proteins, I'm sorry. I can't eat that. I like to use hemp protein in my smoothies, and I know that protein, because I eat meat, but I can go without it. But I like to use that protein in my smoothies, so therefore I can get it in every day or all day long. So with that being said, you guys need to pre-treat your hair, you know, and also eat the proper nutrients to build those proteins in your hair. So pre-treat your hair before you do anything to it, before you do any type of coloring service, before you do any type of straightening systems, before you straighten your hair without a straightening system. If you're just going to use a pressing comb, pre-treat your hair with conditioners, with protein plus moisturizing conditioners, i.e. protein plus moisturizing conditioners. You need both, not just one. Never just use one alone when it comes to the protein. So if you have any questions, you guys, either send me an email at sally@ameliasalon.com, or you can question me at the bottom of this video. I I'm gonna try to get on YouTube a little bit more often. My life is really busy in the salon, so I get on there when I can. I do apologize if I have not uh, actually commented on any of the videos or replied. So once again, I will try my best to do better in coming days. Please don't hold that to my heart. Like I said, I'm just really busy in the salon. So once again, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great and wonderful night or day, depending on where you are. Bye.